All right, there we go. The event has started, so you all have 88 seconds to vote. Oh my god, why would you put an S tier? D tier, C tier, B tier. Oh wait, am I supposed to put it somewhere? Oh, because it shows the max amount of votes. Okay, I get what it's doing now. All right. Yeah, I can just offload all the work on you all. This is phenomenal. So if you need the link again, there's the link. You have 50 more seconds. Working. No click to vote. Try it again. Try refreshing. I'll do it along with you all. All right. So majority of you voting C, some D, some B. One S tier. We got a jokester in here. Now that I can vote, how can I get outraged? You can just always be outraged. It's fine. Whoa. Okay. Don't do that yet. Nelson's also live. You should do something together. Yeah, but he's going to be playing games, so. All right. So how do I... Okay, so I can do mine now. This works out good. All right. So for me, Absorbing Man, as far as fun goes, I don't mind Absorbing Man. I don't think he's great. So I'm going to put him down C. And let's just define these really fast. So this is like, S would be someone I love, right? Infectious Zombie, thank you for your Prime sub, dude. Appreciate the support. S would be someone I love. A is someone I like. This is okay. Don't love and like actively hate, right? Love, like, okay. Don't like, hate. Tearless again? Nah, that's right. Actually hate. Pick a ball D is D tier. All right, chat. So next up is Zola. For some reason, they put Zola next. I guess they're not going alphabetically. I guess they're randomizing it. So you got that. C is fair? Yeah. All right. You can now vote on Zola. I am so excited to do a live version of this. You go from don't like to hate quickly? Yeah. It's a big drop off. I don't know what you would use as wording between don't like and hate. Despise with a burning passion. B tier for Zola. And again, we're basing this off of just like personal feelings, right? If you like it, if it's fun, if it's enjoyable type thing. C and D tier on T Snow's list all the time. That one dude who loves Absorbing Man. That's all right, man. Everyone's, you can love whoever you want, man. No particular order. I guess not. I guess it's doing it random, or I don't know what it's doing, to be honest. Maybe random. D2 for the rest of the day. Begrudgingly. Ooh, it's a several way tie. You got 16 seconds left, chat. You want to rank it between don't like and hate, or a better word than hate? No, I was slightly being judged between don't like and hate. But there's going to be very few things I hate, so... Oops. Pause that. Okay, so Zola. Oh, is it doing it backwards alphabetically? So Zola, for you all, you ranked in the A tier as far as fun. I like Zola. I do. It's between like and okay. I'm not 100% sure where he falls in here. But I definitely think he's good. I think he's a solid villain. The retaliate thing is interesting. Like, I like the concept. I like the challenge with it. I like the minions. I can't wait to play Winter Soldier against him. I think it'll be phenomenal for that. So I am going to put him... Yeah, I like him. He's going to be down there, though. Yeah, here's the thing to vote. Haven't played. I'm curious about certain villains not being played from the community. Yeah. It's too late. Retaliate annoys me too much? That's fair. Retaliate's rough. All right, so the next one is going to be the Wrecking Crew. I just have a picture of the Wrecker, so. All right, you can start voting. 88 seconds. Yep, no problem. B tier. Interesting. Yo, I remember everyone like hating on the Wrecking Crew. So it's fascinating to see a decent amount of people voting from B tier. Like more than I would think. And it shouldn't matter what platform you're on. You should be able just to vote. Actually, I'm genuinely curious. If I pop this up, what happens? Oh, you pick the color. That's how you do it. I get it. Oh. All right, well, now we know how that works. But it definitely gets easier the better you're doing it. I've always enjoyed Wrecking Crew. I think Wrecking Crew gets like a bad rap. I think people always put it as like, you shouldn't even buy it. And I don't think it's that bad. All right. Oops. Let's pause that. I wish it didn't start it each time automatically. No, I can't do that. Okay. So you all had Wrecking Crew as a C tier. I actually agree with that. The thing is, okay, I like it more than Absorbing Man, so I'm gonna put it higher than Absorbing Man. Here's the thing with Wrecking Crew. I think it's interesting in the way that works. I think the setup is cool. I think it's just a little weak. I think on Expert, Wrecking Crew is actually not bad, and like with like their B-sides, because you don't use the Expert deck. So the B-sides, like, it makes it better. It's not great, but it's not bad. You know what I mean? So I like it. I like it, but I don't love it. Or I should say, let me rephrase this, because I'm using too many positive words and I'm ranking it negatively. I don't like it because, generally speaking, it's pretty easy and pretty basic and whatnot. There are things to like, so it doesn't get as much hate as some other scenarios will. But it's really, really easy on standard. On Expert, it's kind of like, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, there's some issues with it. So it's just kind of in there. So, there are way better multi, and that's the other thing too. Shpi, I agree with you. Like, in the beginning, he wasn't, or the Wrecking Crew wasn't terrible because it was the only thing we had like that, and it's still, like, in a sense, like the only thing we have like that. But there are better scenarios now that do it better. I think if they were to redo it, it'd be much different now. I get the fiddly thing. I also think it's interesting that we don't use the standard deck. I always find that, like, kind of interesting. Green seems better and goes to the right, but then the chart has S in the red. Yeah, I don't know. The color, yeah, I don't know why they did the colors the way that they do. All right, next up is a Venom. I guess, yeah, it goes highest to lowest. Oh, I can vote too. Interesting. But we won't. Doesn't use the standard deck I like. That's fair. Anything that gets Shadow of the Past out. Strong mod set with them. That's true. The Wrecking Crew mod set's really fun. I did start the game much later and got a couple of other multi-villain scenario sets before the Wrecking Crew. Yeah. I remember, like, when they first came out, everyone was like, this is hype. And it was easy on standard, but then it was definitely like, it lost its luster pretty fast, for sure. All right. A and S are kind of battling out, which is interesting. Venom is great. This is so much fun. Didn't know we could vote in the tier list. Epic. I didn't know you could all vote in the tier list. I never read the website. All right. 10 seconds left. I'll try to pause it right before the next one goes up. Or not before it goes up, once it goes up. 1-0. Okay. So Venom, you all put in the A tier. I think that's really fair. Venom, I think, is fantastic. I think he's really enjoyable. I like him a lot more than Zola. Once you get kind of the clockwork mechanic down, it gets a little bit easier, like, in prediction of how you should, like, defeat him and whatnot. But definitely not bad. I'm not saying he's bad by any means, but it's just like one of those things, like, you kind of learn his mechanics. But I think Venom's a lot of fun. The whole boost card thing, when you attack him, you get more boost cards. I think it's really cool. I think it's interesting. He's got good tokens for the same token. So D20 doesn't read classic, basically. Yeah. So yeah, I like Venom a lot. I actually agree with you. Our tier lists are looking the same so far. Rushing to get to work to vote. Venom is S tier for me. If you change the modular sets, it could be really hard. Oh, for sure. For sure. Venom is like a solid, good challenge. Like, to me, he's like a great balance. Like, there are times I want to play really hard villains, right? And generally, I don't really want to play really easy villains, but I don't mind making them a bit harder. Venom is like just a good all-around villain for me. I think he's really, really solid in the way that he works in it and how he does things. Okay. Our first major difficult villain, Venom Goblin. Voting is open. He's now a villain that has a mechanic that's actually thematically good. Yeah, thematically, he's really good. Yo, Venom Goblin? All these S tier votes? What do y'all do? Do you all love pain? Oh, here we go. Now it's being spread out. 1 minute left. I think the whole Sinister motives thing is fantastic. I'm wondering if the color is confusing people. You can see S red, S top. Great to bad. People are trolling, right? I don't think so. I think people just love him. Venom Goblin campaign mode with upgrades? Yeah. No way S tier? I don't know. Y'all voting for this. Our first S tier fun villain. Oh, chat. No lower than that. B voter here. That's fair. 8 seconds left. Got D for me. Get stuffed. All right. So, our first S tier villain from the community is Venom Goblin. It's quite a choice. So here's the thing. I think Venom Goblin's okay. He's a B tier hero or a villain for me. His mod sets that he plays with make him incredibly hard. Like incredibly hard. But if you take those mod sets out, he's actually not that bad. Right? He's actually pretty like the We Are One card is a little rough, but the thing that makes him so bad is the Advanced Glider, right? Advanced Glider is what makes him incredibly hard. If you take that out, he's okay. Like, he's not overly hard and whatever. As far as mechanics go, I think it's not bad in the way that works. I think the mod sets just like, kind of ruin him. I like the upper, middle, and lower. I think for solo, it has a tendency to get out of control really, really fast. So it's an interesting push that you do. But his whole thing is just like when you get to stage 2, it gives you like 2 bad cards. Stage 3 gives you 3 bad cards. Like, I don't really love that mechanic of just like, we're going to give you a lot of bad cards to make him more difficult, right? Like, they've done a better job with card interaction of like, if you're playing expert, this card now also does X thing. You know what I mean? And I like that mechanic more. Just giving me a ton of encounter cards when he flips doesn't make it fun for me. Should have to go from C to F. Taking out his mod set is Coward Talk. Well, there you go. Which is why he's a D. Legend, welcome to chat. Hope you're doing well. All right, so I have him as a B. My first disagreement with the community. Next is going to be Unus. You have 90 seconds to vote. If anyone's new, this is the link in which you can vote. Anyone can vote. I can accept a B tier because he could be hard. The mod set is the one that can make him go out of control. But without that, the only thing you need to do is control threat. Yeah, he's really not that bad without that mod set. And again, for those that are new, we're ranking based on fun. 60 seconds left. Unus being a solid B. I haven't played the Age of Apocalypse villains or S.H.I.E.L.D. for that matter yet, so I'm refraining from voting. I get that. Unus, Loki, banger. Unus is interesting. The gene pool mechanic, I think, is really cool in how it works. I think it's really cool. A lot of B votes coming in. 24 more seconds. I think Unus is a solid first box villain, but as a whole, he just sits in the middle for me. That's fair. I have Bishop and Magic on the table ready for a deck to be built. All right. Run through Age of I just haven't had time yet. That's fair. All right. So you all had Unus at B tier. So here's the thing. I actually like Unus. He's actually a low A tier for me. I really like the gene pool mechanic. I think it's interesting in how it works, and how it builds up with it. Like I think they did a really good job with that mechanic. That you can just let that scheme go. My favorite thing is like, you can make choices in the game and like it won't make you lose, but man, it's gonna make your life harder. But maybe you want to roll the dice, right? Kind of like that, like taking a risk aspect of it. So I like gene pool a lot. I think that's really, really cool. Anyone want to donate the Red Skull Rising box? Yeah, good luck. So yeah, I like that mechanic a lot. I think it's a really, really cool mechanic and really well done. So I'm a big fan of it for sure. So yeah, he's in the like tier. He's gonna be the lower part of the like tier for me. Curious now, Age of Apocalypse as a box, what is your rate 1 to 10? Just the box. It's probably right in the middle for me. So like a 5. Like I also don't have like 7 being the average, like 5 is the average, right? So like it's a very average box. If I was to rank all the boxes, it'd probably be in the middle. All right, next up is Ultron. It is amazing to me how well Ultron holds up. Like after all this time, he's still like, his wording's a little weird because obviously they changed the rules so many times that the wording is like a little iffy, but it's amazing how well he holds up nowadays. Oh, I wonder if they put this in line because this isn't alphabetical. So I wonder if it's based on how many votes it gets in the A tier. Oh, that's interesting, chat. It's going to sort it for us even. I vote B for Unus for the same reason. I think it's average villain for the rest of the box except for Apocalypse. Yeah. Wait, Apocalypse 1 or 2? I assume you mean 1. Apocalypse 1 is really well done. All right, 25 more seconds. You know, Ultron, late S tier voting. Rise of Red Skull is still a top tier for me. Maybe second Spider Box. I think Rise of Red Skull is my number 2 box. Yeah, I agree with that. Spider is definitely number 1. Age of Ultron is great. It's great to see there are tons of minions. It can be really hard in different modulars. Yeah. All right, cool. So you all voted for S tier for Ultron. I actually agree with you. So Ultron has bounced around a lot for me because he's been around for so long. But man, he holds up so well to this day. And like I said, the wording is a little iffy on him and gets a little like whatever. But he's still really good. He's still really fun. There's a ton you can do with him. He just works well. He's challenging, but not overly hard. But on expert, he's a really good challenge. I think they balanced Ultron really well. I'm a really big fan of Ultron, so big fan. I agree more with the average vote. Ultron only S and A votes. Yeah. Buck 1, the rest is okay, not too bad. Yeah. All right, so next is Avengers Tower. This is the tower defense scenario that has the 2 villains on the table. What's their faces? Whatever their faces are. It has the 2 of them. Oh, shoot. It was voting in the background. Sorry. All right, go ahead. You can keep voting. You got 30 seconds left. I didn't realize it was going. Ultron's advantage. There's no other villain with similar mechanic. And I hope they never repeat it. Proxima and Corvus. Thank you. Thank you, Anchor. Went low here. It's too easy. That's fair. All right. 47 participants. All right, we'll pause it. Okay, we actually paused it. All right, cool. So you all had tower defense as an A, which is interesting. I do like the idea of the design of it. I do think that what they did was pretty cool, but I agree that it's also really easy. Now, I think it's okay, right? Because I like the back and forth villain thing. I think it's a cool mechanic. I think they did it pretty well and whatnot. I don't think we've had anything else like that, right? We have cycling villains and whatever, but not like back and forth hopping. The problem is the tower itself, especially on solo, but even on multiplayer, like it's never a worry, right? You know what I mean? Like it's never this massive fear that I have. It's just like, it's just there. Like I don't really care about. So it feels like I'm just fighting like 2 average villains. I wish the tower took more damage and was kind of like maybe when it flipped to the other side, like every single round just took a damage or something like that, right? Something to just speed up the clock a bit faster. I wish it had that. So it's an okay scenario. I don't mind it. I like what they're trying to do with it, but I don't think it's like a phenomenal scenario for me. All right, next up is the Hood. 90 seconds. Teach you the control scheme, but if you lose, you'll have to start all over again and villains are okay. I think that's fair. Epic. Try a Thunderbolt with tower defense. Bro, I'm ready to put Thunderbolt in everything that I think is easy and change like my entire outlook on life. Red's a nice starter villain, but the difficulty ramps up as you get further in the campaign. If Hawkeye was really good, it'd probably be number 1 for me. Yeah, that's fair. Man, the Hood getting a bunch of A votes. I'm shocked. Yeah, Hawkeye just being bad is so rough. Absorbing Man also needs to be harder. 2 Thunderbolts at the same time. Plop them in, see what happens. This is where I grew up. FT. 23 seconds. Chameleon villain instead of the main villains. Yeah, right? Hood is a massive D for me. His setup and mechanics alone remove any fun for me. Yeah, I think that's pretty detrimental for me too. Hood with all Thunderbolts win? Bro, that's a good idea. I'm not saying no. Okay, so you all voted for the Hood as an A tier. Or second highest A tier. Alright, so I don't like the Hood setup. I think there's too much. It's better if you have like a box full of modular sets and you can just pick them at random. Like that does make it better. But overall, I don't think the Hood is that interesting. Like he was really there to just give us a ton of modular sets. I still think you should get the Hood for all the modular sets. But I don't like him. It's too much effort, too much work. You kind of control his pistols and you'll be okay. Like he's never like overly hard. Like he's just fine, but he's not doing anything super unique and interesting to me besides just making me pull out a bunch of modular sets. Like that's his hook, right? And so I don't know. I just don't enjoy playing it. It's not the worst thing I've ever done, as you will see. I'd rather play him than Absorbing Man or the Wrecking Crew, but it's not great to me. I think it's easier as the mods are added. Yeah, like you want the mods to come in. It's a really weird thing. It should be the opposite. I did all Thunderbolts with Crossbones. I recommend it. I don't mind Absorbing Man because he's a nice starter for new people. That was pretty early in the game, so it'd be yeah, that's fair. I've done Hood with Thunderbolts. It's very fun and very tough. Dude, that sounds amazing, Lauren. Mr. Heidi's brutal, yeah. All right, Thanos vote time. 90 seconds on the clock. There's the link in case you're new. Hood will be a must if Standard 3 was included instead of Standard 2. Yes, I agree. Or if Standard 2 was just better. I don't know what they were thinking. All right, going heavy with the S tier. Oh, he's going to be our number 1 villain overall. fairest hard fight in the game. Thanos S tier for sure. So fun to play and really balanced villain in my opinion. So glad they had learned their mistakes with Ronin by the time they made Thanos. Yeah. Imagine if they did Thanos' difficulty level on Ronin's scale. Thanos would get the card keywords would just be surge, surge, surge. Every single card would just have 3 surges. You just cycle through the deck the entire time. That's all it would be. 30 seconds left. Dude, when that snap first happens, like when I remember playing it the first time and you're like, oh, okay, 2A is coming in. And you read it and you're like, what? And on the campaign, it's even better because it snaps it for like the entire campaign. Dude, so well done. So thematically well done. Very thematic, agreed, 100%. Last 8 seconds. All right. We have a new highest S tier with Thanos. I actually agree with you all. I think Thanos is one of the best designed villains in the game. I think he's incredibly fair. I love the Infinity deck on Thanos. I love it. I absolutely love it. I think it's cool. It's a fun fight. He's very hard, but he doesn't feel unfair. He feels solid. Very enjoyable. Highly recommend. Love him at S tier. On Expert's a great fun. And it's great because when you defeat him on stage 1 and he comes in with stage 2 with the helmet, you don't get hit with Retaliate. AI has confirmed that. Anyone take a tactical snap? Oh, 100%. I've used it when all my best cards are in my hand. And I'm like, I want to cycle through and get these hard-hitting events constantly. And all my upgrades are out. I've done it. It's so cool. It makes you discard half your deck on future scenarios in the campaign at least. Yeah. I just don't know how to win with half your deck gone. If you time it right, it actually works in your favor because you cycle your best cards and your best upgrades are already out there. A jump in subs and donations right before time runs out as a bit of a gotcha keep going? Or do you think everyone who wanted to add on has already? I think there'll be like 2 or 3 more subs and that's it. It was almost perfect, but Loki, I know. AI knows about that stuff. AI knows all. All hail AI. All right. Next up is Taskmaster. Again, just a friendly reminder, you're all voting based on fun. Losing half deck doesn't matter if I have my limitless strengths and Hulk smashes? Yeah, right? I mean, like, you're golden then. Just cycle through that so fast. Game over. You won. About 60 seconds left. The Mad Titan Shadow Box is really interesting. And we'll get into it more when we get to certain other villains. Because there was a couple of, like, missteps for me. But Thanos, man. Thanos is just so good. Also, the heroes aren't good. I'm sorry. I don't like Spectrum. I don't like Anna Morlock. I don't think they're enjoyable. They're just so... bleh. Best game with Thanos for me was Hulk smashing back and beating him. Dude, that's amazing. Also, welcome Anchor. Hopefully you're doing well. I don't know if I said hi before. Dude, anytime you get that is amazing. Snap is awesome. It's like Ultron. Something that is unique and cannot be experienced with any other villain. Agreed. Like, they should never do something like that again. I don't think they would. It's good with aggression, but that can be said with a lot of heroes. Spectrum and Adam Warlock, worst box hero so far? Probably. I think so. I wish my Hulk versus Thanos video went that way. You have to, like, stack the deck so it does that. 2 seconds. And closed. All right, so you all have Taskmaster your second highest A, which is crazy. I'm not as big of a Taskmaster fan as the rest of you. I don't mind him. I think he's okay. I just think he's really... I think his threshold for the main scheme is too high. It's like the flipping down and taking damage is obviously a pain, but like I don't flip down a ton. So it doesn't really matter to me. That doesn't really affect me that much, except when I play a no damage run. That's the only time it stings. But other than that, like, he's kind of easy in how he works. I like it. I like the photosynthesis or photographic, whatever it is, reflexes. I think that's cool. But like I said, I don't flip down a ton, so that doesn't really affect me. So it's not that big of a thing. But yeah, I love Taskmaster, but I love scenarios that give me rewards. So I love rescuing allies. That's true. Once you rescue the allies, they're stupidly powerful. I need to try Spectrum with pool aspect. Safe pool with 3 mulligans. Believe me, you won't be stuck. That's not bad, Epic. He slaps in heroic though. Oh, I bet. All right, next is Stryfe from Next Evolution. 90 seconds is up. Straight to D tier at first. This is one of the ones I'm interested in seeing where you all vote him, because I have my thoughts and I can't ever tell if I'm in the minority or not with him. Because I remember when Stryfe came out, I remember when Next Evolution box came out, because everyone just loved Tony's design so much that everyone's like, oh my god, Stryfe is so amazing the way that he works. He's the best. And I never understood that. Done Onslaught for the final villain, I think it would be more interesting. Just a mess to play. It's fair. I feel like Tony was too afraid of making things too difficult for the player. Because he was, I think this is actually a big thing with Tony's design. I think he's really kind of scared of making things too hard. Because I'm sure they got so much blowback about Ronin to this day that I'm sure Caleb at one side at time was like, hey, don't make that mistake. You're going to live with it for the rest of your life. And Tony, whenever he makes something hard, he has a back end way of making it easier for you too. So with Stryfe, like, yes, cards cost more, but you get more cards. Like, I will take that trade-off every single time. I just want more cards so I can see my deck faster. So I feel like he's always been kind of scared of making things too difficult. Even with Zemo, he kind of eases it a bit. All right. What's he got? C tier. I agree with you. But he's going to be at the very bottom I don't like. I don't hate him. I'm not going to be that strong with him. But I definitely don't like him. I think he's too simple. I think the way he tries to punish you is he softens the blow too much. Like, make it hard. It's okay to make it hard. I'm not upset with that. So much attract and count with Stryfe. I feel like it's more confused than most other villains. Yeah, there's so many little things on the table too. To like, I have the arrows from Buy the Same Token. Use the link down below to save 5%. And I feel like I have to use all my arrows to remind me of everything that's going on that table. Boggs loved boning the player. Oh, I loved it. It's his favorite thing in the world. Don't listen to him when he says he likes players. He doesn't. Oh, wait. The cost is one more resource, which means this, and I couldn't do that. Yeah, exactly. All right, next up, we have Spiral from the Mojo pack. Spiral, I feel like, is another one that a lot of people, that's a very weird one for people. And I'm interested to see how this one goes, too. For those that don't have it, in case you're new, here's the link. You should be able to just vote. You don't have to log in. And again, we're ranking this just based off on fun. I don't mind lots of moving parts or complexity. Stryfe was awkward. Yeah. Spiral is one of my favorites. Those Mojo mods change things up so much. I think the Mojo mods are some of the best mods out there. I think I give Tony a lot of grief for a lot of things. I think as far as mods go, he has some of the best mods in the entire game. Like, for whatever he does. I think most of his mods are really good. Interesting concept, but just easy. Her sword is brutal. Yeah, it is. It's hilarious. I love the Mojo pack so much. I think a lot of people do. I do not, but I like it, but I don't love it. And Thunderbolts are so good for refreshing scenarios. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. His mod game is really good for Tony. Again, I give Tony a lot of grief about a lot of things, but his mod sets are really good. 8 seconds left. All right, what are we looking at? B tier. So, lower B tier for you all, which is okay. I actually like Spiral. I think Spiral's cool. I like the chasing mechanic. Again, she's not super hard, but I just like the mechanic. I don't know. It's always just kind of clicked with me, and I thought it was fun and interesting. So I like Spiral. I like chasing her down. I like cornering her. I like the whole thing we're trying to do. I like that it's not just threat removal, but it's also like damage done or however they do it, because like Hulk can also do it. So I'm happy they thought about that. So I think overall it's a really kind of well done scenario. It is on the easier side, but I think thematically wise, if I just want like a thematic scenario, I think it's really cool to kind of like go through it. So personally, she is A tier for me. All right, chat. Ways to chase is really, yeah. I think he did a good job with that. This is a big one, chat. Sinister 6. Oh my god, A. It's already ruined. It should have been perfect S's from everyone. Has some banger heroes. I think Tony is much better at hero design than villain design. And I'm gonna guess he likes it more too. A is okay. Mojo Mania is worth it for the modular sets, but Magog and Spiral front, yeah. Shocked at the A too. I'm shocked at the B. I'm shocked. Shocked, I tell you. Yeah, Tony to me, I've said this before on videos. Tony, so I equate everything to baseball. As you know, I love baseball. Tony to me is a home run hitter, right? Like a Jim Thome. He's going to make that massive cut. And sometimes he misses. He just flat out misses. And it doesn't go great. But sometimes he hits that ball and that thing goes out of the ballpark, right? And to me, that's it. Caleb Grace has always been a single double hitter. Like, it's always good. It's never phenomenal, but generally it's always good. That's how I've always viewed it. Boggs is more like hitting triples nonstop. Hey, Griffin. Have people kept adding time? Yeah, there's been some adding since you. I want to sleep. All right, 12 more seconds. Also, Griffin, if you don't know, we're live voting on this, so you can vote. Easy F tier? Get out of here. Get out of here, Leo. Where's the ban button? All right, so you all have an S tier, the highest ranked one. I agree with you all. Sinister Motives, I think, is one of the best. And also, I actually think it will end up being lower if they ever go back to the Spider-Man box, because I just really want all those villains separately. But the fact that I have all of them together kind of is... but I love it. I love the scenario. I think it's phenomenal. I think it's really well done. I think it's really fun. The whole escaping the tunnel thing is really, really cool. I think it's amazing. It's one of my favorite scenarios in the game. I absolutely love it. I appreciate you all voting along the same lines. All right, Project Wide Awake with Sentinel. Blindside.
Put a little more time on the clock.
Appreciate you, dude. Thank you for the 100 bits. Get that extra minute on there. All right, voting is up for Project Wide Awake Sentinel. Epic, so far 100% agree on the tier list. Do you agree more so with chat or with me? Since we're only slightly different. We're not like super different. Griffin, go to the link. And then when you're on the link, see these boxes? The red one corresponds with S. So it's like highest to lowest. So red with the S, this one with the A, this one with the B, this one with the C, this one with the D. So you just click on whatever box you think he should be in. Sentinel's improved Taskmaster for me? I think that's fair. He's definitely more challenging. Alternate loss conditions are always interesting, and this one makes you think about allies differently. Yeah, I agree 100%. 30 more seconds to vote. I just put Stryfe on D, but I could live with C or D tier and Loki. And Sentinel gets bonus points for feeling something from the animated X-Men series. That's fair. 10 more seconds. I voted red for bad. Apparently red is good. Yeah, good to bad. I know. I don't know why they color it that way. All right. So, where is he? You have an A tier, chat. Red is fire. Exactly. And green means don't ever touch it. It's the Michael Scott tier ranking system. He killed every robot? Yeah. Green is bad. Slytherin. Jeez. Yeah, right? See, there you go. All right, so you have him in the A tier as a like a lot. I'm kind of bored with it. I'm getting bored with it because I feel like it's kind of simple now. But with that being said, Felix, thank you for your Prime sub, dude. Appreciate the support. Thanks for putting time back on the clock. I like him because I like the alternate loss condition. I think that's the best part. Link, appreciate the 5 gifted subs, dude. Huge. Thank you. Really appreciate it. If you got a gifted sub from Link, make sure to say thank you so you don't have to watch ads anymore. Really appreciate the support, dude. Thank you. Okay. So I like the alternate loss condition with like collecting the allies. I think that's really cool in the way that it works. I don't really want them to do it a bunch more, but I'm happy that they did it, right? I think that is really neat. So I'm a fan of it. I think it's good. I think it's interesting. I just feel like Sentinels, like I've just done so many times that I've kind of like learned the pattern for it, and it's not that difficult anymore because you just change the way that you play. But again, I'm happy that they made it. All right, Sandman is up next. You can go vote. Red is fire. Absolute fire. Green is Slytherin for bad. Even if you like House Slytherin. Good to bad. Positive to negative. Sandman, who taught us all how indirect damage works. Green is for Hulk and the community misconceptions on how bad he is. And red is for aggression, the best aspect. 50 seconds left. Yeah, I think now, again, we didn't know that we could do live voting like this. This is going to be like every single stream from here on out. We're going to live vote things. You feel Sandman is easy to change the Modulars. It could be an interesting challenge, especially if the Modular is small with minions. Him on Expert's a really good challenge. I know D20 doesn't actually...
The biggest villain is my poor play.
Chris, appreciate the Prime sub, dude. Thanks for the support. Thanks for adding clock or adding time onto the clock. I know D20 doesn't... wait. If I know D20 doesn't actually think Valk is good and Josh doesn't actually think Hulk is good, it's a scam. Griffin, you don't know. You know nothing. Live vote heroes for a 5-hour stream. That's fine. We could do that. We will do that at some point for sure. Once I get a couple more plays with Falcon and Winter Soldier in, we'll do a tier ranking again. Oh, shoot. It ended. Chat, you're supposed to yell at me. I got distracted. All right, so what did we do? Sandman. Sandman, you all had an A tier, which is interesting. You like Sandman a lot. I think he's okay. Like, I don't hate him, by any means. Like, he's definitely not down here. He's definitely higher up in the okay. The indirect damage thing is fine. It tells us how indirect damage works. I feel like as long as you know to get allies out there to exhaust to make the sand counters be 0, he's pretty straightforward, right? He's not too crazy. So I like him. He's okay. You know, like, or I shouldn't say like, but he's okay. I think he's solid. He'll probably be up in the top of B though for me moving forward. Every villain's A tier. Well, we have a very positive community. I like to balance you all out by being negative. It does milling out a lot of his control to lead to a threat loss. It can force you to think fast. Yeah. All right. We only have 75 seconds left. I'm sorry. I wasn't paying attention. For Sabretooth. Okay. So we're voting Sabretooth now. Ready. Wait, here's the links in case there's new people in here. Voting Sabretooth. Red is the best. Green is the worst. Obviously. Okay. Go vote. Ew, brother. Ew. I love that meme or that gif. Wow. Some D votes. I feel like we haven't had that in this entire time. 45 seconds. Like totally just zoned out on something. Best thing about Sabretooth is Senator Kelly getting punched in the face. That's fair. Sabretooth is actually one of those villains I think feels horrible in multiplayer. I don't remember playing him in multiplayer. Oh, I feel like I'm going to have a hot take with you all. All right, sitting in B. The voting on this has been really spread out, which is interesting. Interesting. Has he done Wrecking Crew? Yeah. You all voted Wrecking Crew bottom of C. Okay. You voted Sabretooth bottom of B. Which I actually like Sabretooth a lot. He's actually like around Unus, maybe a little higher. Here's the secret with Sabretooth. Take out the Mystique mod. The Mystique mod, because it causes an automatic loss with Senator Kelly for the most part, is not good. Right? Don't do it. So take out that mod set and put anything else in. It's much better. I get that it's a really long fight and people hate the healing aspect and whatever, but like I think it's pretty unique and interesting, so I actually like it a lot. I like the Sabretooth set a lot. 4 heroes during the villain turn. I could see it being a multiplayer terrible. I can see that for sure. B just okay for me. Okay. Sabretooth definitely feels harder in multiplayer. Interesting. The problem with him for me is that you could do 14 damage on 1 turn and the encounter card is Shadow of the Past and you need to stop damage dealing. That's fair. Mystique, yeah, Mystique is terrible. Thematic his healing is? Yes. I think for solo, he is better in that sense. Also, friendly reminder, this is the link so you can vote live on the tier list. Still B for me, but yeah, multiplayer, he can quickly lose his fun. I can get that. I get that for sure. All right, chat. You have 90 seconds to vote. Remember, friendly reminder, red is the best. Red means he's fire, amazing, and green means he's terrible. He's Slytherin. Ronin or green for Ronin the Accuser, because he's green. Vote on Ronin. Go. 90 seconds. Wonder where Ronin is going? Straight to the D tier with people. Alright, C's making a bit of a comeback. Nope. It's not. It was for a bit. Need to leave Ronin for last. It's just picking automatically. I think it's doing it backwards alphabetical for whatever reason. Ronin the pushover? Have a Hulk smash. Yeah, exactly. 50 seconds left. I went B. That's fair. Our first D tier, yeah. I only play Ronin if I feel like wasting my time. That's fair. 30 seconds left. Ronin is just too much. Pick a struggle. You can't have tough, surge, 34 attack. Yeah. I think I'm a bit more mouthy when I'm tired. That's fair. Josh, you got a ways to go. Alright, second cup of coffee done. Alright, 2, 1. Wow. So our first D tier of the community. I have the banhammer ready. B on my end because I want to have a good challenge with a broken here. Otherwise, Maria Hill deletes every other villain. Yeah, so I actually don't mind Ronin. I actually like him. He's the lowest like for me. I like the challenge. I think it's fun. I think you have to play him a certain way. It's a good challenge. I'm happy he exists. I don't hate him as much as other people do. Put him in S tier to mess with us? No, just A tier. All right, so this is Risky Business from the Green Goblin modular set. You just have to... What is it? What is it? The criminal enterprise counters? Oh, infamy counters. Control the infamy counters. The infamous control the infamy counters. In God's name, do you like Ronin? Just because you like to swing big and play big boy attack events doesn't mean he's good. Not A either. Poor Ronin and D from the votes? Yeah. That's alright. He's trying his best. This is an interesting spread between B and C. 30 more seconds. I like, everyone's always just like, control the infamy counters. I felt like I never could. So rough. Obviously not S or A tier. Maybe not. Maybe they think it is. Maybe they really love Norman Osborn. Play with weaker heroes. Hawkeye. 10 more seconds, chat. All right, so B tier, mid B tier, you all put him. I actually don't hate him as much as a lot of people do. I think he's also in B tier for me, but low end B tier. I think that makes the most sense for me. I still think he's more challenging than people say. People always say like, oh, he's a super easy pushover. Just control the counters. I never can control the counters. I never can. I don't know what the heck I'm doing wrong, but I never can. Goblins. Even if it is less, even if it is gameable. Man, I've tried to game it and I just can't. Silver also, welcome to chat. So yeah, it's better when it's played a non-standard. The challenge at the kind of here is way harder one. Interesting, that's fair. All right, there's the link so you can vote on this. Next up is Rhino. 90 seconds. Remember, red is this is fun. So red is the most fun because it's fire. Green is bad. Wrong. I played four-handed solo Guardians. I would give every player an encounter card for each hazard. Oh my god. He'll never control them, I know. I think it's because you don't build out. Maybe. First villain that was given to the game. Be nice. How's the stream going? Sean, I appreciate you. I'm turning in when chat trolls you on Loki and vote him S tier. Oh, I have faith that chat won't do that to me. My absolute favorite. But no, things are good. Things are good, Sean. Hopefully you're doing well. Stream's good. The stream is going well. We've only crashed once, so improvements. Gaming. Do you have faith in that? Do you really? I mostly do. Being a little bit too easy, but change the modulars, put him in with Infinity Gauntlet. Green Goblin S tier scenario pack? Yeah, agreed. The threat limit is just too low, especially for solo. For multiplayer, it's better, but yeah. My most played villain. I think he's one of my least played villains. I think. I don't know. I don't really keep track anymore. 10 more seconds. Both Lokis. Oh, get out of here. All right. So where did you have him? Rhino. Middle B tier or higher end B tier of okay. I don't really like him. He's too straightforward for me. I get it from the perspective of teaching and having people like learn and whatnot. I get that. I really do. I don't play with that many people. I don't teach that many people, so it's not really useful to me, right? And that's why it's like more of like a personal opinion on it. Solo is whatever. For a simple quick game, I'd rather play Claw every time than Rhino. I don't know. All right, Red Skull chat. This is a big one. 90 seconds to vote. But yeah, Rhino is one of those ones that's just like it's fine. Like it's not great. It's fine. But I never find myself playing it. The threshold is too low for solo. Multiplayer is better. I enjoy playing a multiplayer. Do you all play Rhino solo? And like it for that? New players, if you have only the core box, Claw is better to teach. I think so too. Especially if you're running the game, they don't have to worry about the double boost card as much. Focus more on the heroes. Okay. Yo, Red Skull looking like S tier. 40 more seconds. Play most games two-handed off stream. So, that makes sense. Okay. Exploring Winter Soldier. What a beast. I actually just crushed Red Skull. Dude, he's so strong. Nice quick game using precon. Rhino's what I use, who I use, and my girlfriend wants to play, and she's inefficient with her cards. Play 99% two-handed. Okay, that makes sense why you're all voting that way then. Shouldn't it be Ronin? No. It depends if you want her to play or not. Hugo Weaving is S tier. Fact check true. One of the greatest actors. It doesn't get enough praise. 5 more seconds. Oh, it's gonna squeak by S tier. All right, S tier for you all. I agree. Especially he's the lowest S tier, but that side deck or side scheme mechanic I think is really cool. I don't want them to repeat it ever, but I think it's really cool. I like how it works. I can see them doing it with the minion deck at some point, so they're probably gonna do that. But I think it's a really cool mechanic. I think it's well done. I think it fits him. I think the challenge is good. I think he's a hard villain, but fair. And he's a great villain for like the last box. Really neat interaction with modulars. Yeah. If you want to do a modular set with a bunch of side schemes, it's really cool. It just works really well. Works really, really well. All right. Next up is Nebula. Is the only box I don't have. Probably never will now. Yeah. Hopefully they reprint it one day, but ooh, Nebula getting the hate. Yeah, it's a shame if they never reprint Rise of Red Skull because it's such a good box. It's so incredibly good. 58 more seconds. Rise of Red Skull, my most played box. So good for new heroes. Agreed. 30 more seconds for Nebula. This is interesting. Well, I'll say why in a couple seconds. Nebula has just too many things to manage. Welcome, Leo. If I didn't say hi. So, I used to love Nebula. Because I liked what she was doing with things. I thought it was really cool and really interesting. I have over time really started to hate Nebula because it's so swingy. Like, people think Ronin is swingy. To me, Nebula is the definition of swingy because I don't know if I'm about to have a very easy game or harder than Ronin. And I hate that inconsistency. It really drives me nuts. She used to be like an okay light villain for me, and she just keeps dropping because every time I play her, I don't know what I'm getting. I don't know how to predict for her. Her technique thing is like interesting in how it works, but it just doesn't execute well. It's much better for heroes. It's much more fun. But yeah, I have now learned to I hate Nebula. I really, really, really hate that scenario. It's really rough to play. Some Guardians more wanted haters up in here. See the Surge Train ruins it. The Surge Train could be rough too. How do you randomize modules for a scenario like Thunderbolts and the Hood? Well, the Hood, I just put my hand into the box and pick whatever. For Thunderbolts, same as that thing. You just do whatever, right? Oh no, I think you have to pick Thunderbolts. So you just take one of each of the minion cards and shuffle them and pick one. To me, that's the best way to do it. All right, next up is Mysterio. Also, welcome, Forrest, if I say hi. Mysterio is one I feel like a lot of people hated in the beginning too, so it'll be interesting to see where he falls now. Like, he's gotten more respect, I think, over time. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking too. Like, there's a lot of A votes on them, which is interesting. Oh yeah, almost halfway. My favorite from Sinister Mojo is nice. Mysterio has become one of my favorite villains, even though he has a lot of shuffling. He does have a lot, but I think that's all right. I don't think that's the worst thing in the world for him. We got 35 more seconds. I also had him lower to begin with. Like, he still gets annoying sometimes with how much he shuffles stuff in you, but it's like thematically, like Boggs was always really good with theme, I think. So it was really good thematically and how it worked and how it like did things. So I like it for that. But it does like get to be a lot. The favorite scenario in the whole game. I'm just getting here and I want to say that it's awesome that you have it up there. All the Zemo villains are great. Yeah. It's really good. All right, last 2 seconds. All right, so you all have Mysterio middle of A for like a lot. I also like him. I'm not gonna put him that high though. I do like him. He's grown on me over time. I used to hate it more with putting like the little things in your deck constantly. I used to hate it more. Now I'm more okay with it over time. It just took a while. I still want to play him all the time, but I think as a villain that you don't play constantly, I think is really good. Also, just so you all know, here's your link to vote on this live if you want to. Again, red is the highest, green is the lowest. All right, now we have Mutagen Formula Green Goblin. This is the only card I truly despise. Dude, Deja Vu happens all the time. Is the box for every future box? Yeah. Yeah. Sinister Mode is just so well done. So incredibly well done. Oh wow, heavy S. Jeez, 60 seconds left to vote. I got a lot of S's. People have down in C. Wow. 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 Wait, where's the sound alert? Wow. That's what I say to that. Chat. Bottom of S for me? That's fair. It's so funny when we end up getting the same one multiple times in the same face. That's so rough. That's so rough. I never liked minion heavy scenarios, so he actually one of my least liked. That's fair. And now that you have Winter Soldier, though, I want to play all the minion heavy scenarios constantly. 3 seconds. Oh, Morlock Siege is next. So you have him at the bottom of. Wait, who are we doing? Oh, Mutagen Formula. Middle of S tier. There he is. I also love him. He's great. I just like Green Goblin. I like the theme. Actually, he's higher than. Actually, I kind of agree with you. He's around there. I like the theme. I like it's really, really good. I think it's fun. I really, 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 really like it. Should I really want to try Winter Soldier there too? Yeah. How we have 3 Green Goblins technically? I know, right? Too many villains on S tier? Yeah, we just have a positive community. I don't know where you all come from. You can see your distribution curve though is very positive overall. Mine is it's a little more positive than usual, which isn't bad. All right, so the next one we have up, because I was seeing the Matrix on that second line. All right, so the next one we're gonna have is Morlock Siege, right? This is the first one in the next evolution box. So in case we have new people here, oops, that's not what we want. How do I share? All right, link copied. You can vote for this on this website. Red is the highest ranking. Green is the lowest. Have to get Subway? Do you get an Italian sub? And bring me one, please. All right, you ready? You have 90 seconds to vote. Hey, Cardboard, how's it going? So yeah, use the link above. You can join on this tier ranking list we're doing as a community. And you just click highest ranking one is up here. Lowest one is down here. Meatball with sub with pepperoni. Oh, I want that too. Actually, get me one of them. Do they make 2 footers? I'm really hungry. I actually ran down really fast and ate a yogurt. So I'm hoping that will tide me over for a few hours. Hopefully about 2 hours. Also, Beast Snow, thank you for flooding the screens with 07 emotes. I appreciate that, dude. Might have wiped me out. That's fair. Buy 1 foot long, get $1 right now? Dude, I need a Subway near me. I could go for that. We used to have one that went out of business. 30 seconds left to vote. Again, any Kick, Twitch, or YouTube can vote using the link. Doesn't matter. You better be here when I get back or you're banned. Jersey Mike's is really good. I just don't see... did you just do another one? Link, appreciate it, dude. 30 bits. All right, so between all the bits, Paladin, you did a bit too. I'm going to add another minute because that's... Between all the different bits and stuff, you all add another minute to the timer, so I'll add another one. Appreciate the support with the bits. I've never had Firehouse. I'm personally a big fan. Oh, shoot. Morlock Siege. I'm personally a big fan of Jimmy John's. So where did you vote? Morlock Siege you had in C tier. Highest ranked C tier. So I don't love Morlock Siege. I think it's, especially for solo, you get the knock counters on. You get the Morlocks with tough in there. Dude, super
From
chat.
one creator and MC fan to another.
Dude, I appreciate it, dude. What was that? Well, I saw it come through, but where did it come through? Oh, there it is. Now it's popping up. Carver Crash Course, thank you for $5, dude. I appreciate it. Make sure you go follow him, especially if you like. Well, he does everything now, but a lot of Twilight Imperium stuff. So that's 5. Hold on, wait. Let me update this. Appreciate the support, dude. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You two have to do it manually. Jimmy John's okay. Heard disturbing things about the CEO in the past. I'm not there to support CEO. I'm there to eat a sandwich. But I get it. Need to go back to $5 footlong? They'll never do it. So Morlock Siege, Blindside, thank you for gifting a sub, dude. I appreciate the support. Dude, Blindside coming through. Blindside, also thank you for supporting on Patreon as well. I do appreciate that. I saw you do that. And as a member a while back. So thank you. So Morlock Siege, if you get the tough counters out there with them, I think it's too easy of a scenario. I think it's a really easy scenario. Even an expert, it's really, really rough. How do you buy bits on mobile? I have literally no idea. I don't think I've ever done it on mobile. I actually hate the Morlock Siege scenario. Before, I just didn't like it. Now I think I actively hate it. It's way too easy on even on expert. It's pretty easy. Even switching out the mod sets. I haven't done Thunderbolt, so maybe it's harder then. But I don't know, I feel like it's too easy to control it. I don't know how to buy bits in general. Just gift all the subs. That's okay. What you do is, Joshy, you go to tier 3 sub and you gift 100 of them. Actually, I don't even know if it goes up equally for that, but it'd be greatly appreciated. So I don't know. I think Morlock Siege is just way too easy. Again, he made it so easy. You get the knock counters, you do the knock counters, you get the toughs on them, and you just defend for them with your hero and just have ally swarm span or ally swarm in general or events, and you just knock them out. I don't think it's that hard. You know what I'm going to say to that, right? You're going to say, yes, please. Let's do that. All right. The next one is Mojo. Mojo voting is up. Again, you can vote there. Voting is open for Mojo, 75 seconds. Mojo is like one that everyone loved in the beginning. And I think people love the modular sets. And I think Mojo works much better in multiplayer. Well, no, I think he still has issues in multiplayer, but. All right, Sean Connery. I wish they'd bring back Celebrity Jeopardy. Though you need Norm Macdonald. Norm Macdonald made Celebrity Jeopardy. All right, you don't do 100 subs. Just like 96. Box design. Surge deals 5 damage to or Morlocks. I know, right? You just be like, you know what? Let's just have everyone lose constantly. 30 seconds left. Boggs just wanted all of us to lose constantly. And I appreciate that about him. Not paying this fine I've incurred. It's unjust. It's an oversized hat. It's funny. It's a funny hat. So I can get my Mojo back. 5 seconds left. Quick vote. It's currently between A and B. And all right, you all went with A tier for Mojo. So you like Mojo. Here's the issue I have with Mojo. Is that I don't like when Mojo stops spinning the wheel and he stacks the encounter deck with the same modular set in a row. I actually really hate that. I wish that modular set was shuffled in. The fact that it stacks is really frustrating to me. I don't like that design at all. I don't hate him, but I definitely don't like Mojo. Actually, he's not that low. I don't like. He's above the hood. Yeah, he's probably around there. I have never been a big Mojo fan. Yeah, if you rush him, like I feel like you're forced to rush him, which is weird because I want to take my time with Mojo. I want to see the modular sets because the modular sets of Mojo's scenario, again, Tony's mod sets I think are amazing. Sitcom, the shark, right? All that stuff is amazing. But I really have huge issues with Mojo. I don't like stacking one modular set like that. It's not as enjoyable. It's just not fun. I wish it got shuffled. I might house rule him in the future just to shuffle in the mod sets because I think then he becomes okay or like. But I don't like the stacking of it. I think it's a weird design choice. And not a fan. All right, is this our first one from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D? No, we've done Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D before, right? Maybe not. All right, this might be our first one from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So now we have Modok. Was it a mistake and they didn't notice? I think so too. To show the potential of modularity to new players. Again, if it's shuffled, I like it. I don't like non-shuffling. All right. Here's the link because we're starting to get more people back now that Words on Stream went away. Voting is now open for Modok. Oh, I didn't say it out loud. He doesn't know what to do with your words, Griffin. Griffin, thank you for the 100 bits, dude. I appreciate the support. That's right. The timer went up. That's all that matters. But M.O.D.K.O.K.O.K.M. Oh, it's Modok backwards? Is that what you did? 50 seconds left to vote. I have so many villains in B. That's how your distribution curve should work, though, right? Like, roughly.
D20's mom is Modok.
Thanks. Thanks for the 100 bits, dude. 25 seconds left. Do we think that the next box will reveal at Gen Con? I think it comes out by Gen Con. I think it's revealed in August and comes out by Gen Con. I can see it go either way. Did I miss Magog? No, he's a couple more. 2, 1. All right, so Modok you had as a B. Okay, middle of the road. Modok, I actually agree. The Retaliate, I think he's low B for me. The Retaliate thing's fine. I don't really mind that. He's fine. Like, he's very mid tier for me. When is Gen Con? I think first week of September. So he could be around then. Oh wait, it's that early? Oh man, I was way off with Gen Con. I thought it was September. Then I agree. Cardboard. I think then you're right. You're right. I think it's announced then. For some reason, I was thinking it was later. My dates are all off. Modok is fine. He's a little gameable. He's not bad though. He's slowly growing a little bit on me, but not by a ton. You know what I mean? He's okay. He's not great. It'll be interesting to see in a couple months if he falls down when we do this tier list again. If for you all he ends up in C. But you're right. I think Gen Con will reveal it. I think you're right. All right, so the next one is going to be Mr. Sinister from Next Evolution. Highest is voting is now open. 80 seconds left. Mr. Sinister's mod sets are also really cool. So don't vote on his mods, vote on him. Let's hope for something cool. The current environment is something I'm actually cautiously optimistic about. After my video with Daring Lime, I'm happy he has a more optimistic approach. I think people will be upset with the next release because it's not going to be Daredevil, but it's going to be Caleb's last thing. I'm excited for what it is at Gen Con. Next one's Caleb's last box. Yeah. And I trust Caleb. I trust him a lot. I think the first one in 2026 is going to be more interesting than what it is. 45 seconds left to vote. Only one thing it can be then. He said what we all thought it was wrong. That we put too much emphasis on what his meaning was. How hard is Sinister for solo? He could be tough, but as long as you go into it knowing that the main schemes are going to kind of like go quick, you could prepare better for it. But he is tough. I think he's honestly, with you all having him at A, I kind of agree. It's not Fantastic Four. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be Fantastic Four either. If you're a part of my Discord, there is a leaks section that talks about the leaks. So I can't talk about it too much because I kind of know some things in there. All right, Mr. Sinister. A votes. Oops. A voting for Mr. Sinister. Is he in the middle? Oh, he's higher end. I actually agree with you all. I actually have him a little bit lower. He's a little bit better than Spiral. I think I like Unus more. Mr. Sinister, I think, was the best thing from the Next Evolution box. I love the mod sets, but taking that out, I think he's a fun challenge. I think not knowing what the second stage is kind of cool. I think he stacks well. I think he's a fun challenge. I think he's one of the better villains from that scenario. I think he's good. I do enjoy it for what Mr. Sinister is. So I like him. I thought he would have dropped more on my list personally, but I played him somewhat recently, maybe half a month ago. And I was like, no, like this is fun. I still enjoy this. So I really like it for what it is. So I match you all with it. Have you ever played the Marvel Dagger board game? I have not. Arkham LCG is the Eldritch Horror of Marvel Champions. LCG is the Marvel Dagger. They use the same 4 aspects with Dagger. I want to try it when it becomes really on sale. And I think I might try it then. But I'm not 100% sure yet. All right, Master Mold. Not to be confused with Sentinels because I always get them all confused. Voting is up. 85 seconds left. Friendly reminder. There's the link. Highest is this one. Lowest is green. I do want to try Dagger though. Eldritch Horror, I haven't played in a long time. I want to play again. Again, I want to play Arkham Horror back on this channel one more time. I think adding Dagger's 2 aspects to Marvel Champion would be very interesting. Rumor is there was supposed to be 5 aspects in the core box for Marvel Champions and they just didn't have time. This is the guy Wolverine rips in 2 turns, basically. Yeah, basically. All right, a lot of votes for B already. 45 seconds left. Make sure you vote. 1A, 1C. Good distribution curve on this. Interesting. Are you all having them around Sentinels? Where'd you all put Sentinels? Oh, you have Sentinels better. Interesting. I feel like he also is guilty with like people not confuse him with Sentinels, but like they're back to back and it feels really weird. I will say that about this scenario. Boring B voter. That's fair. 15 seconds left on voting. Under 2 hours. I know we're finally going to get under 2. I'm shocked it lasted this long. I really do appreciate the support, everyone. Like, honestly, this is much more support than I thought it was going to be, so thank you. All right, Master Mold. You all had a very top of B or the okay tier. He's in B for me as well, but he's low. He's lower for me. I feel like he's guilty by association with the Sentinels because it's all Sentinels in this thing. But I like the whole guard thing it does, right? It's guard that happens, not patrol. I think that's cool. I think it's fine. I think it's like just a good challenge, not overly hard, not overly difficult, just a good middle of the road. I just feel like back-to-back with Sentinels always felt a little weird, you know? Sentinels pretty good, puts pressure right away and makes you think more on blocking. Yeah, agree. Not much happening. Yeah. I feel that. People are hungry for the 5th aspect. I highly recommend Design Hacker's Determination aspect. Way better than Pool. Yes. All right. Next up is Mansion Attacks. I just put a picture of Toad because Toad is the worst one. And by worst, I mean like most difficult, not bad. Dude, Alex.
Here,
Coming in with
take my savings.
Alex, I appreciate $10, dude. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Dude, Alex, thank you for the support. Thank you for the $10, dude. Really appreciate that. All right, Toad voting is up. Or not Toad, Mansion Attacks is up. Thematically kind of makes sense, but it's a little odd. Yeah, thematically, I get what they were doing, so I'm not going to ding them too much. I think when you pull it away, it's not as bad. We're back to over 2 hours. We're back up, chat. Termination aspects about building out over time and pushing in the late game against bad odds. Vigilance is about creating combos between multiple players and heading that way. Expansion someday? I hope so. I've always said I hope they do. 45 seconds left, chat. I hope they do a true fifth aspect. I don't count pool as a fifth aspect. I think it was a meme aspect. But I really hope they do it. I hope it's in Tony's back pocket. I hope Caleb gave it to him. Maybe the next scenario has it, or the next thing has it. They talked about Caleb doing like what is it they do on Kickstarters? A stretch goal, right? I hope that's the stretch goal. Is my dream? Yeah. Oh, multiplayer force aspect would be cool. Even though I'm mainly a solo player, I'd be down with that too. 5 seconds left on Mansion Attacks. A long time my favorite scenario because of how unpredictable it is. So I will say the coolest thing about Mansion Attack. So you all had Mansion as an S tier, bottom of S tier. The coolest thing about it to this day for me is still how like it helps everyone, right? Gives retaliate to everyone and gives +1 attack or whatever, right? Tough stats to everyone. I think that's a really neat idea. I don't love it, but I do like it a lot to this day. I thought it was going to be bad, so gotta go make a how to play on Dagger. Dude, I appreciate it. Everyone, go if you haven't supported Cardboard Crash Course really quick. I gotta give a huge shout out to him because he's one of the. I shouldn't say this. He's one of the few creators I do watch a lot because I think he has like really good in-depth videos on things. And his Discord, even though you should join mine, his Discord is really like in-depth with things and they get really nitty-gritty with certain things. And I really appreciate those videos. I think they're really cool. So, Cardboard, I appreciate you, dude. Thanks for stopping by and hanging out. But yeah, so I like him. I like Mansion Attacks a lot. I don't love it because of how much I hate Toad. I hate Toad. I hate Pyro. I hate a lot of things about it. But I do like it a lot. I think the different, like the gymnasium and stuff that you do, I think is really cool what they're doing. I'm a big fan. Gotta be able to roll with things. Yes, agree. All right, so this is the last one from the Mojo scenario, and this is Magog, where you have the counters. Voting is up. Magog is interesting, right? With the champion counters and how you do things and whatnot. So voting is live. 80 seconds left. Gotta be able to roll with things. Yeah. Ooh, gotta just hit the table. And this was the first one. I haven't done the mini campaign in Mojo in a while, and I feel like I should. But his only strategy is the rush or perfect defense or a status lock. Yeah. I liked Mojo a lot when it came out, but I'm kind of agreeing with you right now, chat, being in CB. The champion thing is just like a little too simple, a little too easy. But I don't hate it. But I feel like Wolverine just like burns right through him. 30 seconds left on the votes. I don't know how Magog does in multiplayer. I don't think I've ever really done it. Great for a quicker game. You hit or you lose. Definitely easier. Yeah. It's like a true like Coliseum, right? You can't really like mess around the Coliseum that much. Shout out to Hopomakis original. 2 seconds. 1 second. All right. So bottom of B is interesting.
Here have the rest.
Thanks for the 45 bits, Griffin. I appreciate it. He was fun in multiplayer, and the couple times I played with him. Interesting. I have to try him more in multiplayer. Magog, this is the bottom of okay. He keeps slowly falling down because the strategy is the same. Like there really isn't like fun ways to play him now. But luckily there's a couple ways, right? Like you said, perfect defense, rushing, or status lock. So it's not the worst thing in the world, but it feels very samey at this point. It feels like there's not a lot of interesting or different things I can really do. So he's fine for what he is. All right, let me make sure this link is in there. Again, S is a red because it's fire. Slytherin is bad. Magneto, voting is up. Like it for a quick fight, that's fair. I think, yeah, if you put him in that perspective, I think it's good. All right, 100% voting for S tier. Holy cow. 1 minute left. I kind of feel this too. The magnet counters are kind of weird depending on which way you do it. What I've learned about the magnet counters though, because there's two ways to do it, right? You either remove the magnet counters first and then do the thing with like, discarding until you get a magnetic card, or you leave the magnet counters and do it the other way. At first I hated this because either way, like, because the leaving the magnet counters on and having it stack multiple times was kind of rough. But over time, I've learned, 30 seconds left, that I kind of enjoy playing it both ways, right? That it gives that option of making it much more difficult versus like manageable. So the Magneto vote, yeah. So I used to hate the ambiguity of it, but now that I'm more comfortable with house ruling things, especially as a content creator, and like you all kind of like being like okay with it, because at first I was worried about house ruling things because I didn't know how people would handle it. I like that option that I can drop him down and make him easier essentially, or have him be way harder. I think that's actually kind of cool. So you have him number 3 on S tier. He's not number 3 for me, but he is S tier. He's number 4. He's right behind Green Goblin. I like Green Goblin still more because I'm a Spider-Man fan, so I think that's really what it is. But Magneto, tough but fair. And the thing with Magneto too is like, the strategy is to get rid of the side schemes first and then deal with him. And even though the strategy, he's still a good challenge. You still have to work for it. It scales well through multiplayer. I think it does a really good job. I think it's fun. And again, if depending on how you do the magnet counters, I think now that I'm okay with doing it either way, it becomes a more interesting scenario if I want to make it harder or easier for myself, right? So I agree, he's S tier. I am just a little bit lower than Green Goblin, but that's more so because I'm a Green Goblin fan, not because Magneto is like a bad scenario by any means. Chat. Okay. The moment of truth, chat. Either way, a magnet counter. So there's 2 ways. Actually, hold on, wait. Let me pull this up. I want to explain the magnet counter thing really quick, because this is something that gets asked a lot. So, okay, there's 2 ways to read this card. You can either, after you place a magnet counter on the scheme, if there's at least 3 magnet counters here,
Always enjoy your content. Hope it keeps coming for the foreseeable future.
Dude, Paladin, I appreciate you, dude. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Appreciate $10, dude. Appreciate that support. Honestly, thank you. Okay. Timer's back up to 210. So there's 2 ways to read this. After you place a magnet counter on the scheme, if there are at least 3 magnet counters here, discard until a magnetic. Like, thank you for 16 bits. If there are at least 3 magnet counters here, discard until a magnetic card is discarded. Now, you could discard, and if a magnetic counter puts another magnet counter on, you could do it again. So now there's 4 magnetic counters on, and you discard again until there's a magnetic card. And if it doesn't put it on, then you're golden. You could do it that way. So you get 2 magnetic cards. And this is how they ruled it on Hall of Heroes, how you should do it. Or you could reveal the card, then you could discard the magnetic card. Before you discard the magnetic card, reveal it, and then remove the 3 counters, then deal with the magnetic card. So you could do it either way. We all in the switch that. Hall of Heroes ruled it the second way. The way everyone was doing it originally was that if another magnetic card happened, you did the 4. Then they ruled that you remove the 3 counters first, then put the magnetic counter on, so it starts with 1. When they played, they did it the other way. It's kind of confusing. Check your Discord under Marvel Champions. Highlight message. Oh, let's go. Link me. Look at that Kool-Aid man. Look how brilliant he is. I love him. I want him. I want him to exist. So yeah, like, I appreciate that. So there's 2 ways of reading that. And I like that. Honestly, I could do it either way now. And if I want to make it more difficult, you keep the 3 magnet counters on. When a new one comes in, if another magnet counter is put on, you do the action again, and then you discard only 3, and the 1 is still left on. Or if you want it easier, discard the 3, and if the new one comes on, you don't do another magnetic card. Hopefully that makes sense. Sorry I like butchered that several times because I'm all over the place. But there's like 2 ways to do it. All right, chat. Loki. It is time for Loki. 55 seconds left. So you're all voting D. I do agree with you. My issue with Loki is the gauntlet. I voted E. My issue with Loki is that the Infinity Gauntlet, like, it's just It's overpowering with him. It's too much. I think without the gauntlet, it's better, but you have to play it because certain ones of his cards like put it in there, right? Loki is so good they made him again. I know, right? You voted Ronin D. Did I? No, I voted Ronin much higher in A. The community voted Ronin D. He's a slog. He is a slog. You're just like defeating the same enemy over and over and over. So recently in the campaign mode, it just wasn't fun. Yeah. The best thing about Loki is the new Loki scenario looks much better. I'm actually okay with the new Loki scenario. I mean, we'll see when it actually comes out, but all right. And you all voted D. Not only do I vote him D, he is the bottom of D. He is just, ugh. I hate the gauntlet. I hate everything. Is the Boggs the new one? Boggs is the new one. So it's going to be tough. He's going to want us to lose. I can't stand the Infinity Gauntlet on him. I can't stand you just defeat a Loki several times. I don't like that. Do you have to have Loki for the new scenario? I think so, don't you? No, you mean this Loki? No, it comes with Lokis. With Loki is the Infinity Gauntlet. He's hard enough on himself. Yeah, I agree, Epic. I agree 100%. The Infinity Gauntlet, it feels like they designed a really cool thing with the Infinity Gauntlet. Like, Infinity Gauntlet is one of my favorite modular sets. And they were like, oh no, we can't just use it once. We should use it twice. And that's my biggest problem with it. I just don't think it's interesting for that. Not a fan. So I agree with you all. He's down there. All right, next up we have Claw. If Loki didn't have the Infinity Gauntlet, he'd be super fun. I agree. I think he'd be much better. I think he'd be closer to A, B tier. And again, you can't even just remove it because some of his cards react to the Infinity Gauntlet. So it's like even more frustrating because I can't even modify it the way I want to. Homebrew Loki that I played, they used Whispers of Paranoia as the stones and had multiverse villain versions of every hero. Every group would get a stack of those. It was really cool. Oh, that sounds neat at least. So the new Loki scenario is to even hook if you're not a multi-epic player. They didn't even explain what his core gimmick is. The problem is the article didn't explain things. The article was really poorly done. Match the mandatory mods. All right, voting for Claw is open. Enchantress does seem interesting. As much as I hate her with a burning passion, Enchantress does seem more interesting. Play Claw to test heroes to use them different modules makes it so much fun. That's fair. Yo, Claw S tier. Holy cow, chat. I think for the Loki pack, I don't think I'll hate the Loki pack. I'm sorry, let me phrase that. I don't think I'll hate the Loki in the Loki pack, but I'm definitely more excited for Enchantress, for sure. But I also trust Boggs a lot with what he does, so I'm hoping it will be good for what it is. 50 seconds left for Claw. Between S and A, man. Wow. I mean, to be fair, he is my testing villain as well. Dust off Valk for Enchantress. Just gonna be so rough. Gonna be so rough. Claw could be so much pressure on Expert, yeah. Kyle, you can either subscribe, donate bits, donate memberships, kick subscriptions, donate money, anything. Try to make it at least $1. Make my life easier. Can we do it? Hold on, 3 seconds left. Oh, is it gonna squeak by A? All right, Claw, you squeak by with A. Interesting. So Griffin, yes, I want to play more Falcon and more Winter Soldier first, and once I review them and whatnot, so it's gonna be a little while. But yeah, we're gonna do this again for heroes for sure. I think you all have enjoyed the community voting thing. All right, so hold on, let me vote Claw. I like Claw for testing and stuff, but I don't love him. He's below Mr. Sinister for me, but above Spiral and all of them. So I like Claw. He is my testing villain. But just because I test with him doesn't mean that he's amazing. But I do like him. I think he's fun. I think he's interesting. For Expert, he is really good as well. New Loki scenario looks much more like what Loki would actually do. Agreed. Do you think the issue with the game is that we can't change the designer, get a designer in place that we like? Hold on, Skipper. Do you think the issue with the game is that we can't get a designer in place that we like their creations, or the fact that the game is just aging? I don't know if there's issues with it in that regard. I think people really like Tony for his stuff, and I think people really hate Tony for his stuff. I think people really like Caleb, and they really hate Caleb. And I think they really like Michael, and they really hate Michael. So I think because you don't have, when MJ was doing Arkham, except for the new last 3 boxes that were big that MJ did, it was pretty consistent in how it worked because it was the same designer doing the same thing. I think the fact that you have so many different designers, that's why it seems like all over the place because they each have different ways that they do things. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing, to be honest. Two side schemes and a minion to just start, two boost cards to attack with possible boost. Yeah, right. Since you are going over double your time, are you doing Uber Eats for lunch or another hot dog taco? I'm out of hot dogs. I'll have to figure it out. Let's just see the new guys' first boxes. One of them worked on Rocket and Groot, and one of them worked on Valkyrie too. I think the new guys will be interesting. I'm excited for them. It'll be interesting to see if they do one separately or together they do one. I think that will be cool. All right, so next up is Kang. This is the one I talked about that is the only one that I would vote differently depending on multiplayer and solo, because I think Kang plays very differently multiplayer and solo. You vote however you want to vote, if you're more a majority multiplayer voter or solo voter, however you want to do it. I'm voting him based on solo personally. But all right, Kang is now live to vote. People also like different things. Like in general, I like Tony's stuff while D20 seems to have issues with exactly Silver. So I don't think there's like a huge issue with the game. I think it's just if you really don't like the designer and they're doing a lot of stuff, then it's just gonna be less fun for you. You know what I mean? But again, there's some Tony designs that I really, especially Tony's heroes. I mean, Domino is still one of my favorite heroes. X-23 still one of my favorite heroes. Winter Soldier, I think he did. I think Winter Soldier is gonna be up there. All right, 50 seconds left. Sorry, let me make sure the link's in there. Sorry, I keep spamming this link. I just want to make sure people have it. Home run hitter, best analogy. The X-23 ball is still flying. Yeah, it's so good. He did. I mean, he just. I don't know if it's just divine intervention or what. 30 seconds left. Pretty sure Caleb designed. Did he? I have to look at the rules. I don't know if I threw them out. Caleb designed Falcon. Ugh. No, thank you. I think Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. suffered from one normal tiered villain, Black Widow. Yeah. I think Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. has a lot of issues. 10 seconds left. Gallmaker, also welcome to chat, dude. No one wants to own to that one. All right, chat. So you all voted Kang. Middle of B tier. I feel like everyone loves Kang. And I always felt like the weird one for not liking him. Kang is a don't like for me, but a higher don't like. Because again, for solo, he's not that interesting. He's pretty standard. Multiplayer, he would be higher. But yeah, I was 99% sure Caleb did, Falcon, Tony did. Just hold on, wait. Let's look. I think I still have the things. I didn't throw them out yet. Who's this? That's Shuri. I want Shuri. Who's this one? All right, this is Falcon. Expansion design and development, Tony. Additional development from Frank Brooks and Caleb. Okay, so Falcon was Tony with Caleb. Winter Soldier. Oh yeah, Winter Soldier is Caleb. Ugh, Caleb. You're so good. You're so good to me, Caleb. Why don't people want to own Falcon? The S.H.I.E.L.D. card is Nightmare Fuel, though. That S.H.I.E.L.D. card is Nightmare Fuel. I think Falcon is just... I think Falcon has a really bad pre-con. So I think Falcon's getting a bad rep right now because of the pre-con. I need to play a lot more of him, though. All right, so I had Kang as don't like because as a solo player primarily, it's just not as interesting or as good in my opinion. It's not bad in multiplayer, but I vote based off of solo. So if you all voted more so on multiplayer, him being B tier, I thought he would have been higher for you all, but okay, that's fair. The S.H.I.E.L.D. card is Nightmare Fuel. What's the best deck for X-23 solo? I haven't played her yet. There's a lot of good ones. What's fun about X-23 is X-23 works really well in any aspect. Made a pool aspect Falcon I'm interested to try. I will try any villain deck 100% of the time. I think he's the best deck builder out there. Same thing Nelson and generally agreed about Falcon's precon. I think he's guilty because of his precon. I think when people step outside the precon, I think they'll like him more. I don't think he'll be like anyone's favorite per se, but I like the facing up thing. Like I like what he's trying to do with it. Leadership sidekick X-23 is bonkers, yeah. It's really strong, but you don't need to do that. All right, Juggernaut. Voting is up. Find one and get it to the table. Yeah, X-23, again, leadership sidekick is good. Going straight up aggression is really good. Leadership confuse lock is really good. Stun locking is good. Protection build, so you ready up or so you heal is really good. Like, it's just so good. Low-key boring. I remember when Juggernaut first came out, everyone had him S tier. Everyone had Juggernaut S tier. And I think people are cooling on Juggernaut, and I feel it. I feel it. You all have him in the middle of B right now. Got 40 more seconds to vote. Juggernaut, I have some issues with. All right, he's getting solid B. It looks like he's going to be B for you all. 25 seconds left. Juggernaut, I think, because of the Hope modular set, is too boring. She can thwart so much, yeah. Cooling on Juggernaut makes sense because he's cool until you solve him. Then he's super boring. He's super solvable. Him dropping down to B is interesting. When we do this again another like year or so, I wouldn't be surprised if he's even lower for people. All right, so you all have him in solid B. I also would have him in B, but the very bottom. He's probably going to drop down even further soon. I think it's cool that you can't scheme out and he just attacks you. I think that's neat. But once you learn to flip the helmet and just spam mental resources to beat him, he gets way too easy. Every scenario that has a built-in ally also automatically drops 2 tiers. With the exception of Mr. Sinister, I agree. Because maybe Mr. Sinister would have been like S+ or something. I still think Mr. Sinister is really good and interesting, and I really like it. But I do agree. I really don't like built-in allies for the most part. They're just not exciting for me. It's not super fun. So yeah, it'll be interesting the next time we do this if Juggernaut keeps dropping for you all. Because Juggernaut was like an A for me before. It has now slowly dropped over time. And I can kind of see it like keep doing that. All right. On the run. This is Hope's captor card, in case you're wondering what captain.
Thanks for your Marvel Champions community support.
Kyle, was that you, Kyle? Let me double check. Oh, I forgot to heart Paladin and Alex. Sorry, I meant to heart you all your stuff. Kyle, I think that was you. Thank you for the $5. Is what I saw. So I don't know why they didn't come up yet. Well, whatever. I added the 5. Kyle, thank you for the support, dude. I appreciate it. I appreciate it a lot. Oh yeah, there it is. $5 super chat, Kyle. Appreciate you, dude. Thank you. I'm happy that everyone appreciates the community. It's nice. There's a lot of negativity about me as a creator, so it always makes me feel good. And that's what this is really about, right? Making me feel good. This would probably be better, agreed, and it's a rare case where the ally actually helps balance the scenario. Yeah. All right, on the run. On the run scenario. There was a big discussion about on the run in Reddit recently. It was kind of interesting to see people's takes on it. All right, S, B, lots of B's, couple C's. Hoplo sale on CTG right now. Highly recommend anyone that doesn't have it. Dude, we're gonna check that out in a second. New Zealand, Manu. Welcome to chat. Hopefully you're doing well. Always cool to see new people here. The other reason why I was excited to stream during the day. Don't like you because of your hot takes or something? Or are they jealous because they can't win with Valkyrie? A little bit of A, a little bit of B. Better than Morlocks? Yes, I will agree it's better than Morlocks. Towards you come from other creators or the designers? You don't pull punches, which I appreciate. It comes from the community. The Marvel Champions community online wants you to only be positive. 30 seconds left to vote. So they don't like when I'm negative. Yo, Keith. Was that 5 gifted? Keith, dude. Appreciate the support. Thank you so much. Thank you. If you got a free sub from Keith, make sure to thank him. No, other creators, I think there's only 2 creators that don't like me. And maybe that's too strong. Maybe they just are indifferent about me. The designers, I think, are fine, you know, whatever. But it's the online community doesn't want you to be negative. Sean
Larson became a member. Sean Larson celebrates 6 months of membership. You're doing good. Love the MC content.
Dude, I appreciate that. Amateur. Oh, that's $5. Yo, let's go. Thank you, Sean. Thank you. Let me add the time. I'm not forgetting it. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we were down just under 2 hours. Now we're over. Okay. Appreciate you all. You do negative, and I see Nelson get crept on for being too positive. Welcome to the internet. Oh, exactly. I feel for Nelson. I really do. Because like I've been really fortunate to get to like meet and know Nelson, obviously, over time. He's one of the nicest human beings in the world. And like, again, I might think he's too positive because that's the opposite of who I am. but it's not like a detriment to him. Like, I love his content. I think he's a great guy. I think he's one of the nicest people I've ever met in my life. I think he's a great person. Novels has met him. Novels loves him. Great guy. Super nice. So yeah, it's just the internet. D20 is lucky I'm poor. He wouldn't be sleeping. That's fair. If we don't give constructive criticism, the game will grow stale and die. That's how I feel. When everyone was hyping Maria on preview and you were like, nah. All right. So Hope's Captor. I had on the run at the bottom here that I hate it. I don't hate Hope's Captor. I like it more than Stryfe, but not by much. It's a harder scenario. It's more interesting, but it depends so much on which which Marauder you get. So it kind of like swings a little bit. I like what they were trying to do with it, but at the same time, like Hope's Captor is just a little too simple. Like it's really not overly hard, but it's not as easy as Morlock Siege is. So I don't mind it, but it's not when I'm looking at all my games to play, right? You're looking at all the villains and I see Hope's Captor on the run and I go, I don't really want to play that. I'd rather play something else. You know what I mean? Like, so it's really kind of, I know people are going to be upset and like watching the video and they'll be like, oh, he's not defining it more clearly. A lot of, I think, rankings on all this stuff is just like feeling based. And it's just one of those things that's like, it's whatever. So it's interesting to see you all vote it down in C too. Though you did vote Morlock a little bit higher, which is interesting. All right, Hela. This is a weird one for me. 90 seconds is up, so you can vote. Hela was one of those ones I loved. I thought she was amazing when she came out and absolutely phenomenal. And I think it has become less so over time. I really grew to like, I love Lord of the Rings, the card game. And it felt like that, which was really great.
Loving the stream as always.
John Blade 24, thanks for using Prime Sub doing supporting channel. Thank you. Thank you. I was generally surprised at how much I like Maria. Playing nothing but ships and staying on alter ego is hilarious to me. Yeah, it's fair. And that's why I'm so happy that so many different types of heroes exist. Like, I'll never be upset about that. It's just my ranking of it. And I think people also take it personally. Like, if they really love a hero, they identify with the hero. So it feels like I'm attacking their identity when I'm not. I just don't like it. Still like design and enjoy a lot. I'm happy it exists. But man, you can game it really easily. Depends if you stop yourself from doing the game bowl thing. Yeah. Silver, I agree with you 100%. 20 seconds. I like the mechanic of hers. I wish the would carry over more scenarios. Is it like Arkham? I would say more like Lord of the Rings, but I could see the Arkham argument. Oh yeah, I did forget Beast now. Thank you. In 7 seconds, I'll do it. And you hate that guy? Exactly. I just hate deck building for Warlock. Wow, A tier. Where in A tier did she land? Bottom of A tier. Hela is now just okay for me. Top of okay. Again, it's gameable. There's some issues. What's gameable with her? Understanding when to flip her. So you take out the minion first. And on that first stage, take out the minion and just build out. She never pressures you that much. You can just kind of chill. And then you set up all your attack cards so that you quickly get rid of the next side scheme. So the next minion comes in and you just take it out. And that's just what you do. It's just that process over and over. And when you understand that process, you'll win like 95% of your games. It's really easy. So what did we just do? Oh, Hela. Yeah, so Hela, she's okay. She went down for a while, but now I kind of appreciate her again. She bounces around in here for me. Between B and maybe low B. I might have put her down in C at one point, but because I haven't played her in so long, it's like okay. All right, chat. Let's get rid of that so I stop confusing myself. So Apocalypse 2, Ensaba Nur. Age of Apocalypse final villain. S and A for Ensaba. That's fair. Voting is up. 75 seconds. I know Beast. No, you want Burn Cycle so bad. I just feel like what hurt Burn Cycle is the marketing for it. They marketed the game wrong. And if you ever meet me in person, I'll tell you all, because I was a playtester for Burn Cycle. I was one of the ones that played the game the most. I'll tell you more about it in person. Get you an Elder Scroll campaign again? I know. TMB is better if you don't want to do the full 3-act campaign and can take 8-12 hours. Yeah. The problem is too many bones. There's actually a way to make it really easy. I won't say because it'll ruin the game. So there's a way to like game the system, which is unfortunate. But but the middle could be a slog. For APOC 2. Is this the robot escaping game? Burn cycle? Yeah. Yeah. 20 more seconds? Yeah, it felt like it should have been. It was like sold as a. You're supposed to be a stealth with a robot, but punching is more effective with a robot. Betray of the Second Era? Yeah. Not feel which feels bad? Yeah. Yeah. Too many bones is really weird with that. All right. You had A tier for Ensaban Nerves, number 3. I think he's only okay. I think Apocalypse 1 is much better. Where did I have Apocalypse 1? Oh, we haven't done him yet. Oh, shoot. Never mind. Don't listen to my vote on that yet. I think he's okay. The change form thing I think is kind of cool that they did. I think for multiplayer, he's a much better scenario. Because he flips a lot more, and the flipping thing is what makes him interesting. In true solo, it's not as like much. 100% want you. Oh yeah. That play Splice and Dice. That's fair. That's fair. It's probably just because it's newer and I'll have to revisit Too Many Bones. Yeah, we'll probably do Too Many Bones at some point. Nelson and I actually streamed Too Many Bones at one point. Him and I were part of a group, and we did a live stream or a video, whatever it was, and it was a pretty cool video. And then I convinced Nelson to go all in on Too Many Bones, and then he did. And I was like, oh, you should probably want to play it. And he's like, yeah, I guess. So there is a live stream of him and I playing it, which was pretty good. I think we messed up on all the rules, but it was fun. All right, last 11 is flat $10 for shipping. Perfect. So they're charging Beast Snow $12. All right, Ebony Maw. It's the best villain in a box. Best first villain in a box. That is some hot takes. Voting is up for Ebony Maw. His counters can get a little crazy, but he is interesting. And the other plays a replicant. Again, I want to play Netrunner so bad. I played it and we just didn't understand the rules. That 4-turn incoming fireball? Yeah. Not voting? You're not voting for Ebony Maw? Netrunner is awesome? Yeah. Ah, Kyle, you can vote. It's fine. Vote with your feelings. I'm actually shocked you're all voting them this high. I do agree he's a really good first scenario. Wave 2 and made it to Absorbing Man. Nice. 20 seconds left. Then he pops off. Yeah, when he pops off, it gets a little crazy. Deck tester. I could see that. I've had times when he just stacks fireballs and just like, there's nothing you can do to just stop that damage. On solo, sometimes it feels so bad. But that doesn't happen that often, so I can't blame him too much for it. 2, 1. All right, cool. Oh, my ice. I think Ebony Maw is just okay. I've had too many bad situations when he stacks too much on me. He's above Venom Goblin, though. He just stacks too much on me, and it just becomes like... just a bad time for me. I also kind of just forget about him. So maybe that's a part of my issue. But I think as a first box scenario, he's up there. I like Unus more. I like Sabretooth more. But I understand I'm like in the minority with that. But the argument that he's one of the top first box scenario or first scenarios in a box. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Next up we have Drang. Another first box from Guardians Most Wanted. When Drang first came out, I remember everyone used him to test decks. And I think he's one of the worst deck testing bosses out there. Because it gives you a free resource. I think that is terrible. Now, that doesn't mean the scenario is bad. Just for deck testing, it's bad. Getting the shit for free is just a little too much, you know? Something to buy the cheeses. I have it. I haven't opened it yet, though. It's just sitting downstairs in the cheese package. It is so funny they did that, though. 45 seconds left on Drang. Just sitting in the fridge. You just named my favorite head-to-head LCG massive props. He's just a Mant villain. I get that, Alex. 20 seconds left to vote. Last 10. My issue with Drang is the resource generator. I think he just... Not that he breaks it, because that's too strong. But he just makes things too easy, because you get a resource generator right off the rip. And I think that's like a little too much. You know, I think that's just a little too strong. Oops, went the wrong way. So Drang for me is okay, but the very bottom of okay. I don't really. It just makes it too easy, and it's not terrible, but having a resource generator is massive. Is massive. It gets to the point where there's certain decks I build where I like always have a resource generator, and with Drang I just remove it. So it's like getting a free card out there, basically, because you're not having to play it and whatnot. You use the Spider-Man deck, and the Web Warriors get like the Web Warriors get a resource generator, and it makes them way too strong, right? He's not for me. So fair enough. All right, 4 horsemen. Actually, I'm excited to see where you all vote 4 horsemen on this. Voting is up. I'm always exhausting the Milano. Yeah. Best multi-villain scenario in the game. Ooh. Hard disagree, but I respect it. Lots of votes in C so far. S, A, B, and C. Okay, more votes in A and B now. It's so punishing sometimes. It's fair. I feel like for multiplayer, it's a much different situation than it is for solo play. It's also a scenario I haven't played in a while too. I feel like this also depends on. Yeah, I agree. People always say it's hard, but I have like a 9% win rate against them. I never found them hard. I agree, Griffin. I actually think they're too easy. The life amount for each one isn't that high. Now it's lunch break and I can focus. There you go. All right, last 4 seconds. All right. So you all voted C. I actually agree with you all. I don't like 4 horsemen. I do not enjoy it. It is better than better than the Hood. It's better than Mojo. Not as good as Rhino. I don't like scenario. I think it's too easy. But I'm saying this mostly as a solo player. I don't think it's that interesting. If I'm playing a multi-villain scenario, I'd rather do something else. It's just not for me. It's a cool idea, but it also feels like another version. It feels like it's taking from the other multi-scenarios and just doesn't really improve upon it. So, I don't know. I need to play it more because it's been a long time since I played it, since it left such a bad taste in my mouth in the beginning. And I was just like never excited to play it. You know what I mean? All right, we're down to our last 8. All right, Dork Beast is up. What are your votes? Voting is open for Dork Beast. Oh, low votes for Dork Beast. Interesting. He's not S tier for you all? What's after the villain tier ranking? Bro, I didn't even think we'd make it past here, so I have no idea yet. Watch me eat lunch. I have to figure out what I'm going to eat for lunch. I actually have some chicken in the fridge, so I'll eat that. And then we can just hang out. And then if the timer's still running, then maybe we'll play Marvel Champions, I guess. Hella boring. Can't say what makes Dork Beast interesting. But he's just too tanky and overstays his welcome. If Beast had some better mod set support, they have dinosaurs. Chat. Come as a villain before it. Hero list? No, I gotta play more Falcon and Winter Soldier. For lunch meals. We have to see if there's a tier we can use about tier ranking lunches. Last 13 seconds. No, but I do want to do the hero tier list, but we'll probably do it actually right before. Realistically, we'll do it right before the new box comes out, which will probably be in Gen Con time or September-ish. Dork Beast snuck up to B tier. Where is he? Right there. In B tier. Don't punish yourself. I don't mind Falcon as much as other people, but I've only played him once. His pre-con is just trash. I think he's better. I think he'll be better when I actually build out with him. So Dork Beast, I think is okay. He's around there for me. I like that he's kind of like a step back to like, just like a straightforward villain, not too crazy. I like dinosaurs, so I like that we can have a dinosaur in there. I think he's fine. The expert challenge is more interesting with him. Like standard, he's a little too simple and easy, but expert's a bit challenging. And I think I enjoy him more in expert. But if you play him a lot standard, I could see how like you just see that as boring. Like I definitely get that. Crossbones, voting is open. Dinos are fun with him, yeah. I mean, then again, I guess you put dinos with anyone, but still, dinos. Dino Loki, it would make Loki so much better. 53 seconds. I think all the fun mod sets should be in Loki. Make him so much better. Too many mod sets to get out. That's my biggest issue with them. I know people like yell at me about that. They're like, oh, it's not that hard. It's not that much work. No, it is. It's tiring. I don't enjoy it. Why is Ronin one of the hardest villains in there? What do you mean? Why is Ronin so hard? Surges, and he can swing for like 16. It's not that hard for him. Also, welcome, Thomas. I think that's the issue a lot of people have with Ronin. Multiplayer, he's a lot better. And he dies in 3 turns. You're an old school Hank McCoy beast. Only OG X-Men they didn't do. I know. I know a lot of people. Like, I'm not a big like X-Men Beast fan, but I know a lot of people are disappointed by that. All right. Wait, what was it that we just did? Crossbones. All right, A tier. I don't like Crossbones. He's at the top. I don't like. I don't like the amount of mod sets. He's too easy. His threshold is fine, but his life is really low. Yeah, it's not super exciting for me. I've never been a big Crossbones fan. Just too much mod sets. It's kind of the same issue I had with the Hood. Last X-Men hero isn't Beast. What do you think? Again, I'm not like a huge Beast fan, so it doesn't hit me the same way. I was personally hoping for Emma Frost, but Beast hero would have been boring mechanically as a hero. I don't know what they would have done to make it interesting. All right, so this is Collector 2. Okay, not Collector 1 that takes your stuff. Collector 2, where you're trying to get off the ship and you add more mod sets. All right, chat. Here's the link to voting. Remember, red is highest, green is lowest. Voting is open. They messed up Beast for a while in the comics, aka commits like a million war crimes. So yeah, the newer X-Men heroes hate him, but at least they're trying to fix it. Does any hero have something to stop a surge train? Not maybe Black Widow does, but not like fully stop it. What mod set would you switch with Menagerie? I don't know. I guess it depends on the hero. Too many mod sets is such a first work problem to have. Sometimes I can't believe how lazy you are. Yeah, but if I have 40 other options to get the game to the table quicker and get it off the table quicker, I'm going to pick them. There's no reason for me to spend extra time on a scenario that's not that hard or that interesting to me. I really like Green Goblin scenario. Mutagen formula? Yeah, Mutagen formula is really good. I don't know what I would switch from Menagerie. I have to kind of mess with it more. Wow, Collector 2 is actually ended up in the A tier. Man, the community is coming around on him. I've said this before in my videos that I think Collector 2 was guilty by association because Collector 1 was so bad that Collector 2 was always just voted really low. I don't know if I put him at A tier, but it is fascinating to see how people have come around on him. I think he's okay. I think he's much better than he was. Also, supposedly I heard had to pick between Emma and Nightcrawler, but I was like, why wasn't between Emma and Jubilee? I know, right? Jubilee always felt like a weird hero for them to pick. Also, does that mean there's a finished Emma hero? There's rumors there is. You like Ebony Maw? Yeah. Thinking the good old Masters of Evil and Temporal mod set, having a T-Rex run around his ship would be hilarious. Exactly. What if your favorite villains have 4 or 5 mod sets? Would you like them as much? Nope. Probably not. I don't need a bunch of mod sets. Like, the villain should be good by the villain's mechanics, not because of the amount of mod sets you put in. Like, adding more mod sets to a villain has never made it better for me. It's taken away from the mechanics of the villain. Right? Because you're just diluting the villain pool of cards. So adding in more mod sets just makes the mechanics worse. And that's my other issue with it. Which hero do you think is the worst? Like, just as far as what I enjoy? It's a toss-up between Doctor Strange and Maria Hill. I don't like their mechanics. Emma has a lot of X-Men history. Would have made a great OG Hellfire Club mod. That's what I hear. I can't, like, I agree. They've been pretty interesting with Emma. I think they could have done some interesting things with that, but say it'll be, I guess. All right, Collector 1 time. Voting is open. Like, if I think, like, Thanos is one of my favorite villains, and the way his cards trigger off each other and the way they work is really exciting and really interesting. If I diluted that with a bunch of random mod sets, that would detract from Thanos. D tier. I like somebody was ambitious and put him at C. First time I played against Thanos with a friend, we got destroyed. Yeah. It's a good scenario, though. It's fun. All right, 17 vote, 40 seconds left. I mean, we know how this is going to go, but... Hate being forced to do the collection each turn and still lose. Yeah. I hate that he collects his own cards. I think this would have been better if he collected your cards. But the fact that he collects his own cards always felt weird to me. And it feels like I'm just, like, fighting against himself. It's weird. collector one isn't so harsh. He's definitely not harsh. I agree. I think the problem is just I just hate that he collects his own cards. It just doesn't feel like thematically cool. Like he starts with his cards. Why would he collect his own cards? Why isn't there an F option? I don't know. We just did down to D. Collecting his cards. Oops. This is the worst part. Yeah. I agree with you all. He's not as bad as Loki, but he's down there. He's really bad. All right. Next up, we have this is the Thunderbolt scenario. Citizen V. Have fun voting. This I'm interested in seeing where you all put this. I also haven't messed with the last 2 Thunderbolts mods yet, so I'm still kind of like, I can move a lot with him, but, or if you could take more than one thing out of the collection in a turn, that, yeah. Like if you could like stack it so like, okay, this turn I'm going to do literally nothing, but take out a ton from the collection. I agree. I think if they were to redo it today, they'd be much better and much more well balanced. I think for even multiplayer, it's really tough. First time this was S? Yeah. Everyone had this as like the greatest thing since sliced bread. I think my biggest issue with it is that I love the Thunderbolts mods. I think they're really cool and how they work. But at the end of the day, you're just fighting Citizen V, like second round. And I think it like kind of detracts from it a little bit. Like it just doesn't feel as exciting. It would have been cooler too if Citizen V and the minion attacked you. It'd been much tougher. So I get how it would have been really difficult for people. But the fact that like he's just chilling in the background and letting you like hit his friends is kind of weird. Like it's like that trope in movies when like the hero is surrounded by 5 people, but the 5 people don't attack together. They attack one at a time and they just kind of wait. Like that, it feels like that trope is being played in Marvel Champions. It's really weird. So the bottom of A. I also do like him, and I will put him at the bottom of A. I do think he's going to end up down here eventually, though. I have to mess with some more Thunderbolt stuff, so I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt that the new Thunderbolts is whatever. But I think that's the biggest issue is you face the first Thunderbolt thing, and you're like, okay, that's fine, that's whatever. But then at the end of the day, you're just beating one stage of Citizen Blue. Nemesis says the multiplayer is a really interesting variant. Yeah. Next up, we have Black Widow. Yelena coming strong. Man, someone went with a D right away. Jeez. Hold back considering who he is, but yeah, I understand why you don't like it. Yeah. Like, I still think he'll be, like, at the end of the day, like, in the okay range. It just feels weird. But again, I really love the mod sets, but I'm not ranking it based on the mod sets, but I like the mod sets a lot. Wow, Yelena coming in with A. Fascinating. 35 seconds left. A few B's. I thought you all would have voted a bit lower for Black Widow. But yeah, it's interesting. I think they did a really good job of Black Widow. I think it was a good return to basics. I like how it like works with her different cards that are like Black Widow cards, right? I don't know. I'm kind of a sucker for that. So I kind of like that style of things. So 1-0. All right. Black Widow. Blindside, thank you for the gift sub, dude. I appreciate the support. So Black Widow, I also like. I like more than Citizen V. I don't know if she'll go up or down, so I'm just putting her there because I've only played her probably 15 times now, but I do like her. I do think she's really fun. Thematically similar to the hero and can take you by surprise. Yeah. Thwart by attacking, and she can place. Yeah. I think she's pretty cool. I think they did a good job with her. Gotta stay above 2 hours. All right, Batroc, the leaper, leaping ever. Last 3, chat. Sorry, I was just thinking about something else. Let's see. B. It'll be interesting to see if Batroc falls with Modok. Where did I have Modok? Low, yeah. I think he's gonna drop, but okay. B, a little bit A, lost C. Okay. Friendly reminder, in case you didn't know. Sorry, there might be new people here, so I apologize. There's the link. You said Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. had issues and you actually like 3 of the villains? Yeah. Well, I like 2. And then one's okay. We'll get to it in a second. Don't you worry. Currently playing Falcon against Black Widow. Happy with her verdict. Box drops off after her. Yeah. Black Widow is, I think, I agree, the best one. 2-1. The other issue. Yeah, pause it. Okay. Batroc, wow, you have Modok higher. Interesting. I think Batroc is okay. I think he's slightly better than Modok. Modok will probably actually drop down in future plays. I don't see him staying up that high. Batroc is fine with the alerts. It's whatever. But Sean, to your point, you have to add in the heroes as well. Nick Fury, I think, is not bad. I enjoy him. I haven't played as much recently, so I have to go back to him. But again, I really don't like Maria Hill. I don't think she's fun. Like, and I get that other people do, that's fine. But when you rate a box, you have to rate that as well. And it's just, she's really low. Now we'll talk about the next one. Baron Zemo. All right, chat. Voting is open for Baron. Zemo. Zema. Where's F? There's no F. It's just D. We just made it simple. We can do it next time. This was one, when this villain came out, everyone had him as one of the best villains ever. On Reddit and Facebook. C rank, D, B, couple of B. But not exactly a good idea, you know. Why is Stryfe so low? I like him. Stryfe was low because he's too so if you're asking me or the community, generally speaking, he's too much going on and there's no real punishment. Like, they give you, like, things cost more, but they're just giving you more cards to make up for it. So he's a very forgettable villain. A lot to keep track of, just kind of all over the place to do pretty basic things. You? Kind of the same reason. I enjoy unique aspects and have to manage the Zemo and how hard he can hit when he flips. I like the theme. Nick Finnick. Hey, Desco, appreciate the follow. 5 seconds. 2, 1. All right, so you all had him C tier, which is interesting. For me, don't play campaign like that. Yeah. For me, Baron has overtaken Loki. I don't like Loki. I don't like Loki's design. I don't think Loki is fun. Baron is a lot less fun, and it stinks because what I don't like is the whole side mechanic that you're playing with, like, discovering who the person is. That's not exciting. That's not fun to me. It just adds an extra 30 minutes to the game. I feel like that taken out, like when he flips and gets his sword and stuff, I actually don't mind that. The problem is the beginning 30 minutes of the game. I can't stand it. I don't think it's exciting. I don't think it's fun. I don't think it's interesting. I don't like the mechanic part of it. None of it is interesting. Again, I played through him a dozen times. I never want to play him again. I just don't enjoy it. And again, I know other people do, and I'm happy for those people. I'm happy he exists for those people. I have no interest in ever playing him. He is just not fun. So he is now my least favorite hero, or least favorite villain by far. I don't want to play him. The mole isn't good because it doesn't help you. It just doesn't make it harder. Not fun, not as much hate, but not my favorite. It's just this weird mini game I'm playing on the side that just, yeah, you're just kind of going through the motions of putting scheme on and doing that and what, like, it's just, it doesn't feel like I'm doing something much different. It feels like I'm just hanging on the side. Dude, Key, thank you for the 1,000 bits, dude. Appreciate the support. It was a breeze. Okay, that's fine. It's the mechanic that's the problem. It has nothing to do with him being easy or hard. It's the mechanic of him is the problem. And Maria kind of makes most things a breeze. All right, last one. APOC 1. And then we'll be done. Voting is open. It's like it's like speed. Gotta keep that timer buff 2 hours. You don't have to. But I appreciate it. Novels was getting worried. She's like, oh, is the timer gonna run out before I get there? I was like, yeah, maybe. D-Dub, thank you for the follow. Man, some A's and B's. Interesting. 2 hours, almost enough time for a Zemo game? No, thank you. No, thank you. I don't want to spend the first half figuring out the traitor. 28 seconds. Our last vote. Start an Elder Scroll campaign? No, he is not. He is not. D20 is about to eat lunch, and we have to figure out what to do while I eat lunch. Wow. I'm a little shocked you all have him at A. So, you all put him at A. Where is he? Okay, so he's upper half of A. He's an S tier villain for me. I think he's really fun. I think he's really good. I really like his mechanic. I think they did a really good job with it. Yeah. I don't like it. Do I like it more than Red Skull? Nah, I don't think so. I could be argued either way. But I think I love him. I think he's well designed. I think he's cool. I like the whole, like, as you progress the side scheme, like the stakes are increased because it keeps adding threat into the scheme, right? The acceleration icons. So it's like, okay, like now I have to really like hurry up and like move along, right? Like I like it. It's cool. I think it's well done. I think I think it's like the same as Thanos, where like he's the third villain, right? But he feels like the last one. I think Daring Lime did the whole thing on it of just like, you know, for Solo, the third one always feels like the last one. I feel like it's good. Weapons when you find a traitor, does Zemo get stronger? Do you shuffle in a mod set? If you find out the traitor, nothing different happens. If you don't find the traitor, more traitor tokens get on, so you get to like lose faster. That's really it. So there's no positive for finding the traitor. There's just no detriment, if that makes sense. You don't get like a thing. But again, when Zemo flips over to his sword side, it gets interesting. It gets really interesting. But it's the rest of the mini game for the first portion of the game that's just not for me. Feels like an update. Can I get my pets back? Feels like an update to Hela and a tough one in the middle of the box like Thanos. Yeah. And I feel like for compared to Hela and even Magneto, there's just so much more pressure it puts on. It's so cool in the way that they do it. I think they did a really good job with Apocalypse 1. And I remember too that when they were first announced, I was like, ugh, this is not going to be good. Like I thought APOC 1 was going to be the bad one. APOC 2 was going to be much better. And even though APOC 2 I had as an okay villain, I think he's fine. APOC 1 I was kind of blown away by. He is so much better than I thought he was going to be, which is really, really cool. Really exciting with it. That's it, chat. We did it. Our wonderful tier list. Appreciate you all. Appreciate you all doing that. And I'm so happy we found that you all can vote on this stuff. Can you do average votes? Oh, you could do most votes and average votes. Oh, wait. I don't have my list. Okay. So most votes was what we were seeing. The average vote is a different distribution, which is interesting. So Sinister Sinister 6 was S tier, then Magneto, then Thanos. Then A tier is drops down with Magneto. Interesting. Red Skull, Green Goblin, Claw, Venom, APOC again, Ebony Moss, Mr. Sinister, Sentinel, Taskmaster, Kai, Collector 1 and Loki down the bottom. Then Ronin jumped up to C. Baron was up a bit. Interesting. Yeah, there's a few things that are kind of cool to see. The prelates are not pushovers, and the increasing threat accelerators are go to add pressure. The prelate, I think they did a good job with it, especially the way that the prelate minions are set up. That you can only add them to like basically that scenario by creating a separate deck, right? I mean, I guess you could do it for other scenarios if you really wanted to, but creating the separate deck and whatnot, I think it's cool. Huh. Citizen V drops down. Yeah. That's interesting, chat. I guess I should have voted on this and it would have made my own tier list over here. Oh well. Next time, now we know.